Hey everyone, I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Adam.
And we have really exciting news we want to share with you guys. We have been on a little bit of a journey since last fall, probably more like November, and we're excited to share that we feel like God is calling us to start you want to say it?
You say it.
You sure? You can say it.
Okay, I'll say it. No, you say it.
We are going to start a retreat center for college students, and we couldn't be more excited about it.
Yes, terrified, but very excited. It has been a little journey. So November last year, we just felt like God was doing something, saying something to us, and weren't quite sure what it was. And to be honest, we love where we are currently, but it was just obvious that God was calling us to something. And so we began praying, committed to a process, tried to wake up every morning, read our Bible and pray, but that was kind of tough because we're parents. But committed to just hearing his voice. And for sure, college ministry was something that he was calling us both to passion of both of ours. We just feel like those are such huge transformative years, and we were both very impacted for our faith and being a follower of Jesus. We were both impacted in college, and so we felt called to that, and then we didn't quite know what that meant. And then just hearing his voice, it just was obvious that he was calling us and leading us to opening a retreat center for college students.
85% of college students grew up in the church, but since left the church. And so we feel like that's something we want to fix. And we want to be able to teach students what it means to be disciple-making followers of Jesus. We want to unite a generation of college students around that one purpose. And so we believe that a retreat center would be an amazing way to do that. And God's kind of opened his hands up to this property right now, and it's in Flat Rock, North Carolina. It's been a really crazy story of how we're in the position that we are right now. And ultimately, we have a lot to accomplish in the next couple of months.
Yes, we do. It was just crazy. When you say yes to God and you're like, God, I'll say yes to whatever it is that you call, you kind of want for him to like pour out everything at that moment. And that wasn't really the case, but our prayer through all of this was, God, if you're not in it, then we don't want it. Let it fade away. It's a line from a Passion song. And we were like, that's what we want. And so we kept praying, and God just kept making things happen and kept putting things right in front of us that we had to say yes to. And one of them was this property that we found. If you draw a 150-mile radius around this property, you can reach it's over 260,000 college students. And so you reach schools, you reach Athens, Georgia, which is where UGA is, Columbia, South Carolina, which is USC. You get to University of Tennessee in Knoxville, and then you can get to App State. And then you have the smaller schools that still have a lot of students in them as well, but that's not counting community colleges. And so there's just a lot around this area. It's closer to both of our families. It was just something that we just knew that God was saying, go to this place. This is the property for you. And even to the point to where when we told the people that own it what we were dreaming of doing with it, the lady starts crying. I mean, it was just an obvious thing that this is what God wanted.
Yeah, they've been praying for years that this property would be used for a place of ministry and serving God after they were retiring. And so it was really cool, just the steps that God's put in place. And I already talked a little bit about our mission. You want to share what it is?
Yeah, so the mission is we want to exist to unify a generation of college students to be disciple-making followers of Jesus. And so the idea of these students believing in them, believing that they are capable of doing way more than anybody would give them credit for, and then believing in them enough to unify them and to teach them what it means to be disciple-making followers of Jesus. So along with that, there is some strategy, and there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about here forever, but really that we see our strategies being three ways: coffee, training, and retreat. If you know me for any period of time, you know that I've always wanted to open a coffee shop and felt like that's something God has wanted me to do. And so we feel like there's so many good conversations, and like barriers can be broken when you're sitting around a table, just hanging out or just drinking some coffee. And so the idea of building community through that, one day the dream is to have a coffee shop on the property. And then through the training, we want to train and equip students to know what it means to follow Jesus, but then to also make disciples of Jesus, and then go back to their college campuses and do the exact same thing. Reality is there's a huge need for college ministry, and we can't by ourselves fix all of it. And so we believe that the answer is college students, to go reach college students. And so coffee, training, and then retreat. I mean, who doesn't like to just rest and get away and just relax?
Yeah, we feel like God can do so much when you remove yourself from the distractions and the noise of the world, just for even a short weekend. And we've experienced that a lot in many different ways. Just the ability to be quiet and be still, and the way God uses that, and he models it really. So when we model that too, he speaks to us in powerful ways, and we're excited about those opportunities that'll happen. And this retreat too, we don't think it's going to have all the bells and whistles like you might hear of most retreat centers. We're going to simplify things, just make it really intimate and small. We're not after huge groups of people. We've had the most life change too when we're just sitting at a table with 10 people, or having small acoustic worship or something like that with a smaller group of people. And so we're excited about the opportunity to kind of reach and connect with people in a smaller way. And that's something we have passion about.
So I mean, personally for us, like, we're scared. This is kind of terrifying. There's a lot of unknowns out there. So we need your help. We need people to partner with us and believe in us and pray for us and share our story. If there's anybody that that loves college students or loves to reach college students or cares about them, or a campus minister somewhere, whatever it may be, we just need your help. We can't do this alone, and we don't want to do it alone, but we can't do it alone, and really need you to join the movement with us in reaching this generation of college students and helping us in achieving what we're trying to achieve. And so, just to be flat out honest with you, we have to raise $700,000 in like a month. So I get it. A little bit longer than a month. And I get it. Like, that sounds crazy. And I was telling Caitlin, it reminds me of, and if you know me, you know that my boy is Moses. That's like my favorite dude in the Bible. And Moses led his people out of slavery, and then they're in the wilderness, and they're just kind of wandering around. And the Egyptians get mad and start coming after him. And so Moses is sitting there, and he's like, well, we got to go across that body of water. And his people are thinking he's crazy, and we've told people our story, and they think we're crazy. And he's like, well, let me talk to God. And God says, hey, Moses, put, your stick in the water, and it's going to separate, and your people are going to walk across. And I mean, how ridiculous does that sound? It sounds crazy. And here we are. And then we're comparing ourselves to Moses, which is, we're not trying to be like that. But the idea is that Moses had the faith to believe in God to get him up to that point. And then Moses had an increased faith to actually do exactly what God told him to do, and for the waters to part. And so we just feel like we're in this place where we've gotten to where we are, and we believe in God. And 5 years ago, we quit our jobs and came out to Clayton, North Carolina to help start a church. And he's done incredible things since then, taught us so much. And so he's gotten us to where we are now. And the prayer for us, and if you're praying for us, which we would love for you to, it's like for him to help us increase our faith, to be able to follow through with the things that he's calling us to do next. And so we need your help. We need you to pray. We need, obviously, we need financial support. But then, if anything, we need you to share our story with people that you know.
Yeah, and we're going to be putting a lot of links under here that will just share more about where you can connect with us, how you can find us, learn more information about us, and we'll be sharing a lot more over the coming weeks and days ahead, of course. And we're going to be at several different locations this summer, so you can sit with us and talk with us and hear more about our hearts behind all of this. So we're looking forward to doing that, and we were just really excited to share this today. It's crazy.
That's right. So hopefully coming soon, the Refuge Retreat in Flat Rock, North Carolina. So help us out, get on board, join the movement, be a part of what we're doing. We'll keep adding these little videos that we're going to get way better at. Sorry if this one was awful, but we'll get better at them. And we want to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on, keep you updated. And I would love for you to partner with us and be a part of the Refuge. So
the next video, we should probably put Maylee and Emily in here because they're a lot cuter than
They
us.
are way cuter, yeah. So.
We'll do that.
All right, we'll talk soon.